we're in Brewster County, Texas, and we're in the southern part of it, nearly adjacent to Big Bend National Park. This is a curve-billed thrasher. And what's interesting is they're not known to nest in nesting boxes, but they do here. Well, I've got boxes up all over the place. That's just comes with having a bird sanctuary, I guess.
Meet Carolyn Ole Johnson. This birder loves her water.
We're gonna pump some water into a concrete tank where it'll last a lot longer. Okay.
She needs all this water for the ponds and trees and birds.
There's a blue grosbeak.
You see, this part of West Texas is a dry, prickly desert that doesn't get much water. But there's plenty here at the Christmas Mountains Oasis. Carolyn and her late husband Sherwood started building this oasis in the 90s.
And I told him how we could put in some diversion dams, and he just hopped right on that, was out greasing his equipment the same day. And so we started out with one tank that wasn't nearly big enough.
They ended up with 3 dams and 5 water tanks. Almost 20 years later, and here we are.
It's a refuge for birds, butterflies. Just give them a little dry seed.
She's built this oasis out of gravel and creosote and put in some wetlands to catch rainwater. And the birds also use the water. And she's created truly an oasis out in the desert.
Here's a black-throated sparrow just came into the feeder. He sticks his little head in there. I can be sitting here just looking at the same old stuff and bet money that nothing interesting is going to come along, and there, all of a sudden, oh my gosh, there's a lifer. But it won't happen if I'm not sitting here looking. So what do? You sure don't get much work done, that's for sure.
Plenty of work's been done here as well. Deep in the Chihuahuan Desert near Presidio, in the driest ecoregion of Texas, is the B.J. Bishop Wetlands, a river wetland ecosystem. A habitat that's pretty much dried up around these parts.
Originally, back when the Rio Grande was still healthy with good flows, you had ebb and flows that created estuaries like this. Well, those no longer really exist. And so we had an opportunity here working with the city to put this in and create something unique.
Terry allows the city of Presidio to discharge its treated wastewater here. And the people of Presidio get their first ever birding wetland.
Yeah, those are the white-faced ibis.
As farmland turned into wetland, I never would have thought it could do this. This was an amazing, creative idea. And in a year and a half, it has just really increased the numbers in species of birds that we're being able to see here.
If you look over here, right on that vegetation there's some kildee working the water there. You'll see them moving their feet, and they're eating the bugs that come scurrying out of that. Must be great for kildee, because I've never seen so many in one place here in the Presidio Valley.
This man-made wetland is a win-win.
They spend the winter here.
For the birders and the birds.
I am surprised at how many species have cashed in on this. I really am, and the numbers. The birds know it's here, so they're coming in.
And to have one here, have one in Presidio, and to have it be such an integral part of all of the environment here is pretty unique, and it's just pretty awesome.
We are at the Sandia Wetlands on the west side of Balmorhea. So we're happy for anybody to come.
A bunch of teal flying right there.
Ellen Wynick's place is another birding oasis in the desert. Sandia Springs flows through her land, and she decided to set up her own birding wetland.
You can see the killdeer moving. There's at least 3 of them in there.
We have a water right on that spring, and it just made sense to use it to make a pond. Really been a lark, been a lot of fun.
We are in the desert and water is very limited. So these little patches, they may not seem like much, but the birds do find them and they could get really heavy use.
You wouldn't believe what's flying over the desert until you create the gas station, the stopover site for these birds to refuel.
Would you say try something different in each pond?
Yeah, absolutely. Something different in each pond would be good. Hey, look at that. What is that? That's a peregrine. No, it's a prairie falcon. He would eat ducks. So
Really?
look,
He's that big?
yes, oh yeah, he would definitely take a blue-winged teal. Creating these wetlands out in the desert are a magnet for wildlife. I mean, every critter needs water.
So thanks for coming. Sometimes too
And
much,
so to bring water, open water to the desert is fantastic.
Back at Christmas Mountain's Oasis, Carolyn is getting her place ready for a special guest.
You know, it just evolved where the trees attracted more birds, and then you flip them real quick. And then I learned more and learned about the lucifers and how rare they were and special they were. And if everybody's real still, they'll come into the feeder.
Carolyn's Oasis is home to one of the rarest hummingbirds in the United States.
Basically, this is a Lucifer Central.
The Lucifer hummingbird has a very tiny global range in Mexico. It just peeks into a little part of Texas right here. And he's very special because if you want to see that bird in the US, you need to come here. He's just sitting right there near the tip top of that shrub in the background.
Okay, the top of this tree right there.
He's back on the perch there. If you can get that, that ought to be whoops. You know, when I originally did it, it was only for my enjoyment, but it didn't take long for me to realize that I had to share it.
It just sat down. Oh my goodness.
The male has a very long, beautiful purple magenta gorget, has a fairly long and drooped bill.
That's the Lucifer. That's a lifer for me. Well, then it is for me too. This is the most amazing place. Beautiful. It truly is an oasis in the middle of the desert. It's a daunting task to have come out here and to create such a haven. Thankfully, she did.
It's fantastic to see landowners doing this and bringing back this wetland habitat out in the Chuan Desert.
For Carolyn, she's happy to be behind the scenes so the Lucifer can shine. And folks will continue to enjoy her West Texas wonder.
To me, this place is wonderful and special, and I know it won't be here forever. You just can't not share it with people that love it. That's, to me, what life is all about.
This project was funded in part by a grant from the Wildlife Restoration Program.